Hey Chloe, it is Dr. Soja and I am going to give you some feedback on your teaching in real time. Here we go.
Alright, so you guys have in front of you Cumberland Cove Overture. We worked a little bit on this last class, but today we're going to be starting in measure 17. But we're going to go through and we're going to listen to this part first. Now keep in mind when we actually play this, we're going to take it much slower than the recording.
I like that you played the recording
so follow along with your parts,
and you told the students where. It might be good to reiterate that it's 17. Just
alright, that's all we're going to do for today. But, alright.
Huh?
Now, who can tell me what melody is? Just anyone. Julie.
It's like the main part of the song.
Main part of the song, or the theme, yes. Now, you're used to having the theme. Do you think you have the theme in this song? At this part?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yes. Just always yes.
Okay, well, I see that our dynamic is kind of soft,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe not.
Okay. What
So
you're playing
Julia
is a
actually
harmony.
did something.
Now, harmony is a part that's
would
played
be
with
a
the melody
good
that sounds good.
way
And
to
it
get
still all
the
goes
kids
together.
into it. How
So
can
it's
you
kind of
tell
like
that you
a
have
puzzle.
the melody? How do you know
When
that
you
you
put
have
together
it?
a puzzle, and there might be like a lake and a house, and that's the main part. But then there are some birds off in the corner.
I liked
that
this
look really
analogy
pretty,
for harmony.
and they're
That was
important
really
because it's
good.
part of the pretty picture. But it's not the main part of the picture. So you guys are like the birds in the background. So think about that light off in the distance, kind of. But I still need you to be there. All right? Now, back to, let's ask Miss, not Miss Soja. Or yeah, I guess Miss Soja. What are those little dots? Or no, not you. I'm sorry. You're not playing the flute. Brandon. Yeah. What are those little dots underneath?
I like that you called a student by name. You didn't wait for
Staccato,
somebody
yes.
to volunteer.
Now,
That was
does anyone
good.
know what staccato means?
Play it a little short.
You need to play it a little bit shorter. Yes. So, with staccato, which is spelled like
It's a
this,
good integration of technology, and I like that you wrote it on the board
it's just
for
a
your students
separation
who maybe struggle
between
with
the notes.
oral learning. You're putting it up visually. That's great.
So, and it's written like this, with a little dip right underneath there. Or it could be above. Either way.
Great.
So let's practice that, because with trumpets, that means you're going to tongue just a little bit in between notes to cause that separation.
This is
Okay?
the place where
so we're all going to
I know
practice that. We're going to
for
do some
you, you
breathing.
were like, I don't know
And
how
I
to
want you to
tell
breathe in
everybody
on
to do
4.
that because you've got the brass
And then
technique.
once we breathe
But
out,
learning
I
the
want you to
woodwind
breathe on
technique
every
is going to be something that you
on
want
a
to do.
beat. But
So
in between,
if
I want you to
for
separate
your
with your
next
tongue.
lesson,
Okay?
you're like, oh,
So-
there's something I need to know, there's a technique I need to know
All
about,
right?
you might need to
1,
search out the
2,
person or the
ready,
people
and breathe.
who do that. Because here
Again, we're
it
gonna
would be
breathe
good
in on-
for us to
on
be
a
using
4,
the syllable.
And then we're going to for 4, okay?
So we're breathing in on count 4, or we're breathing in for 4 counts?
We're breathing in 4 counts. I'll tell you when to start breathing.
Ah, there
I'm
you go.
sorry if that was a miscommunication on my end.
The
All right.
clarification
so 1,
was good.
2, ready, and breathe. 2, 3, 4.
So
Very
this,
good.
it's good for singers.
All right, so let's try that again,
but again,
for 8
ta,
counts, all right?
Ta,
1,
ta,
2,
or
ready,
whatever the
and
syllable happens to
breathe.
do,
2,
do,
3,
do,
4.
do. Remember to stop it with your tongue, or don't stop it with your tongue, or whatever
And
it is
Okay.
for
So you guys
the
get the
different
difference between a separation
instrument techniques.
and just legato, which is what we talked about before, where you hold out and you kind of meld between the notes.
This
you don't
would be
separate
a
them.
good place for
All right.
even man, you could have your band sing
Let's start off with just
ta,
everyone clapping their
ta,
rhythm.
ta, or ta, Ta,
from
ta, ta,
17,
ta.
let's just go all the way through to 34. Alright, so if this is the tempo, 1,
This was great too.
ready, and
You held true to your word and we didn't do it faster, and that was good. Clapping can sometimes be difficult with longer durations. Now you guys have seen me clap with like sort of a slide up my arm for longer durations. Just make sure that if you want your students to do that you're specifying. I like using that because I think it keeps the air, it's the idea of keeping the air moving. So, you're looking up pretty often, which is good.
alright, very good.
Make sure that you're looking. Give a specific
Let's say for
phrase
fingering
like,
purposes,
hey,
since I know
I
some of
really
us are still
heard
getting
those
used
two
to our new
parts.
instruments.
Great,
Let's
or
go
your
through
rhythm
kinda
is really
slow,
accurate.
And everyone sing your part while fingering, while working on your fingerings,
Great.
alright?
That is a wonderful technique to use to get them doing it,
Now,
sing it, and do the
For
fingerings.
Brandon,
Awesome.
in measure 29, I want you to take the larger of those two notes.
So the top one?
No, the bottom.
Bottom.
The bottom one. And Julia, in measure 31, I want you to take the larger note that's on top.
I like that you refer
Okay.
to the students by name. You don't necessarily just, well, there's only one person for each one. So, you know, instead of saying trumpets or flutes, you did a nice job of calling them by name. And of course, you would probably say trumpets or flutes in an actual large rehearsal. But I like when people call their students by name. Makes me feel good.
Alright.
I'm knowing mine, so I can deal with you.
Alright. So, we're going to still take it slower. Alright. 1, 2, ready, and
Tun, 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 tun. Tun, tun, tun,
Now, we didn't really do what you asked. We didn't sing.
tun, 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 tun.
We just ended up kind of fingering and doing what some people call tizzling. You can sort of hear the little bits of the flute coming out. But Brandon isn't doing that with his. He is kind of singing, but he's more like ta 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 ta. He's more like doing his rhythm like that. So if that is what you really want and it got to the purpose, then great. You know, leave it how it is. But if you really wanted them singing it, then, you know, have them actually sing it while they do it. But if the tizzling's what you want, then go with it. But we're a little inconsistent right now. It's not a problem. It's just, hey, what did you want there?
So the downbeat of 34 or top on these?
yeah, let's play the downbeat of 34, but then stop. Thank you, Brandon. Good
Idea
question.
slowly is
Alright.
this first finger.
So, we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try.
For the top. I've got some of it. For the
That's
downbeat,
great.
it's
You got
the
it.
same
You got
thing. Except it's just super sharp. All that. So before with that.
I'm sorry about that.
No. It's like
I'm trying to help her out with it, and you're kind of like, hey, I'd like to keep teaching. Sorry.
I think you're going to do fine. And what's the worst thing that happens?
We do it again.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that happens. You just do it again. And then if you still don't get it, we'll just do it again tomorrow.
There you
It's
go.
fine.
Awesome.
Alright, so we're still
Well,
going to
you
take
know,
it kind of slow.
you know, I love that kind of idea. It's like, well, it's the worst that's going to happen. We have schools for mistakes. Poor Julia. Poor Julia. We kept on going, which is good, just because one of your parts
The
pooped the
beginning
bed.
of that
on my part. You know what?
I think, and I
The higher
think
register.
you know, yes, the higher register, and then your embouchure
No.
with, what's a hard embouchure? No, but your fingerings were better. I noticed you knew the fingerings. It was then
You did
like
a
switching
really
on
nice
upper
job
register and
of
then
giving
some of
her
the
some praise,
embouchure
something that
was
she
getting
could
in
hang
trouble.
on
So,
to and be like, yeah,
fingerings
I
are-
did do those
that's
fingerings
always a
better.
plus,
Now I've
always
got
a
to work
plus.
on my embouchure so that I can reach those good
Let's
pitches.
let's go through it one more time to give you guys a chance to redo that. And yeah. Alright. Alright, yeah. And remember to tongue with the staccato. I honestly don't know if it's the same one, but hopefully it is? Okay. Alright. So 1, 2, ready, and
You know what would be really good with your conducting gesture is maybe because we're almost all breathing except for your percussion, is maybe to give the breath not so much as a, and it's hard on your form, but maybe to give it out and full so that it looks like the kind of breath you want them to take. There, she kind of got that out. Close.
that was a lot better. That was a lot
Excellent
better.
job
Yes, Brandon.
smarting through that. And yes, she did do better.
Yes.
31. There's no articulation on the notes. What do we do?
There is not. Yes, you go back
Kids
to
do
playing
that all the
legato.
time, so
If
that's
there's
wonderful.
not a dot, then you go back to playing legato.
Because they'll ask you
Kind of
everything,
connecting all of them.
especially your kids
That
that are
was-
teacher
those did
pleasers.
very
They're
well
like,
with staccatos, especially
oh,
the
it
second
sounded
time. I can
fun.
tell you guys
It
the
gives
tongue
me a
better.
chance to talk to the teacher.
Miss Soja did a wonderful job playing legato through, and Julia, you did a wonderful job switching from staccato.
Great job with the specific
to
praise.
legato.
I love how good you
All
are
right,
at giving
for your
specific
exit
praise.
ticket,
That's wonderful.
I want you to write on the piece of paper I gave you at the beginning of class, theoretically, the difference between staccato and legato, and harmony and melody.
Now, I think with that, if there were an addition to, if we had kept going throughout the rest of the class period, playing things that were legato, that I think that would be awesome. It would be a good way to connect it. Melody and harmony didn't quite get there so much. It was like, okay, we have one little instance of that, and it wasn't really the main point of what you taught. So I think it would be better to focus on the articulation portion of it and then just do a little bit more. One of the suggestions that was given in class was, hey, have them play it legato, have them play it staccato, and I think that's a way to have it stick in their head a little bit better. There are a lot of good things in your teaching, though. The mannerisms are awesome. It's I love when people give specific praise. It doesn't take that long, and I think it's really motivating to your students that you notice the good things in them. And the way that you gave feedback that was constructive was good. It was like, hey, we need to do this part a little bit better, but you're also doing this really well. So that's some of the high points of your teaching.